you sometimes feel like you daydream more about becoming fluent in Japanese than actually putting in the effort to study it? You think about how Japanese overlaps 3 language systems at once. There's thousands of kanji, hiragana, katakana, and complex sentence structure. Adding to that the social nuances in keigo or formal speech. Thus you feel overwhelmed before you even started. Luckily for you, learning is made fun and easy in 2026 because of the amount of resources available. So here's how you can be fluent in Japanese without needing to buy textbooks or pay for lessons. 皆さんこんにちは、さちです。今日の動画ですね、初心者のためにどうやって日本語を勉強するのっていう質問を説明していきたいなと思います。I've been studying Japanese for 4 years myself and was able to converse with Japanese exchange students in my university through 100% self-effort. And I'm here to show a roadmap on how you can do it too. So to preface, this video is composed of 2 study guides. One is for beginner intermediate and the second one is for intermediate advanced. We will also be incorporating 2 key methods on learning a language, which is input and output. Now let's talk about how to go from beginner to intermediate, which if you convert the level into JLPT, that would be N5 to N4. This is the most gruesome part of studying Japanese. I think we have to be aware of that, but trust me, once you overcome this stage, you will do less studying afterwards. So where to begin as a beginner? Number 1, this is going to be your baby stage. In your baby stage, I want you to listen to a lot of native material. What I mean by lots of native material, it can be basically anything in Japanese. This is going to be your input. So I do not recommend anime at all, as you guys may heard. Anime has a distinct way of speaking. Your Japanese might not sound natural if you depend too much on anime. So if you want to go on YouTube, there are a few channels that I recommend. First, I really liked MochiKanji App during my senior high school days. I watched so much of his videos and it helped me a lot to practice my listening. So basically his content revolves around walking through Japanese cities, Japanese streets while doing his own monologue in Japanese. If you are looking for a beginner channel, however, I used to watch this channel called Japanese Immersion with Asami. So she speaks in a manner as if she's talking to a baby or a toddler. She also uses some props and visualizers for you to learn better. The next channel is Kenza Okairi. So Kenza Okairi has somewhat of a similar content with MochiKanji App. They collab sometimes actually, but his channel has more variety to it. But again, it's overall just targeting an audience that seeks for native audio to listen to, and it's just a really good way to do immersion. The next one is Zero Just Japanese. So this channel is focused more on longer videos, particularly podcasts, like an hour-ish podcasts. It's really good to play in the background while you do something else. Multitasking, doing your chores, or just going for a walk as well. And for dramas, I also really recommend the Netflix series called Terrace House. There are different seasons to it, but my personal favorite would have to be the Aloha Estate. It was set in Hawaii. Go ahead and give it a watch because it's basically like strangers gathering inside a house and doing daily life, facing their own goals and dreams. I'd say it has less drama compared to other reality shows. And for your output, let's say you've done lots of listening, you have trained somehow your ear to get used to Japanese sounds, I then suggest for you to practice basic phrases. So for example, you've learned the phrase, Yoroshiku onegai shimasu, Ohayo gozaimasu, Konnichiwa, konbanwa. These basic phrases, I want you to pay attention to the pronunciation early on. So this will serve as a good base or foundation for how you will be saying words in the future. So after the baby stage, we will now move on to learning basic hiragana and katakana. So learning this is really important. Hiragana and katakana basically composes of all of the sounds in the Japanese language. So knowing hiragana and katakana will also help your pronunciation as well. I suggest try looking up charts on Pinterest, individually practice writing each character. Don't worry about kanji yet, just focus on these two scripts. Once you master these two alphabets, you'll be able to read basic phrases such as ohayo gozaimasu, arigato, gomen nasai, things like that. Next is, so after learning hiragana and katakana, you will then jump to studying basic grammar. So to start with grammar, you can follow arranged grammar lists or lessons from JLPT N5 to N1. But of course, always begin with N5 since that is the beginner stage of Japanese. I suggest YouTube again. This channel called Japanese Amo with Lisa is the one that I watched a lot as a beginner. She was explaining Japanese grammar in English, which was fairly easier to understand. And for websites, I also recommend JLPT Sensei. After having a grip on basic grammar, it's time for you to apply what you've learned, which is through speaking. So this is going to be quite of a huge challenge at first since you are using your brain actively to put words together, and it can be a little awkward to do so. So for me, I wasn't able to speak right away. I began by writing my own sentences. Like for example, me walking at night while taking out the trash, grab the moon and go, "Kyou no yoru no tsuki wa kirei desu ne." So I would write those, and then I would read them to myself over and over. And then sometimes I would talk to myself and record it just to check how much errors I'm making. So sometimes I can be quite dependent on just practicing speaking on my own. So I still suggest doing practice conversation even though your Japanese is still quite a bit broken. So if you don't have any native friends, I do recommend Gemini or any AI language learning assistant. You can basically use their speech feature and it will respond to you as if you're talking to a real person. So after practicing your speech, remember the last step that I told you about? Yes, you are correct. The last step as a beginner that we have to conquer is kanji. So kanji is a mountain on its own. It has a lot of readings, meanings, and it's also easy to be confused. But here's how you can break down learning kanji into manageable steps. Some people recommend learning radicals first, but if you do want that fast progress, I do suggest that you skip this part. Begin by memorizing N5 kanji. As far as I know, there are 79 characters in total, so knowing this will give you a good foundation. So instead of just learning the characters individually, I suggest learning N5 kanji with N5 vocabulary. By doing this, I'm hitting two birds in one stone. I will also know how they are used in actual words. So once you're done with N5, you can then move on to N4. And when studying kanji, you don't just learn them once and then move on to the next stage of your learning journey. You have to review them. Yes, or else you will forget. So it is vital to kind of create a system on your own. So if you want an application that is structured, highly engaging, entirely straightforward for your study sessions, then let me introduce you to MochiKanji Learn Japanese. MochiKanji is a fun, effective vocabulary and kanji learning application that allows you to memorize 1,000 words in just a month based on the unique features. MochiKanji makes mastering characters effortless by tracking your learning history to trigger reviews right at your golden time, just as a word is slipping your mind. This feature is based on the spaced repetition method, a great learning method in learning vocabulary. Divided into 3 main learning courses. First up is vocabulary tailored to your individual goals. Whether you're preparing for the JLPT N5 to N2 or N1, or planning to work in a Japanese environment, as this app covers some specific courses like IT, nursing, and so on. Each course includes small lessons so that you can learn anytime and anywhere. In each lesson, there are 8 to 10 words which are learned through flashcards, audio, sample sentences, and interactive quizzes. Next is writing. Just because physically tracing stroke orders is the absolute fastest way to lock tricky kanji into your long-term memory. Moreover, you can learn kanji through mnemonics and related vocab. For example, with the kanji to eat, you can learn related words such as taberu, sokudo, and sokuji, making it easier to remember the kanji through everyday vocabulary. I think this is one of the best ways to learn and memorize kanji. Finally, conversation. where you can practice basic daily conversations about topics like asking for help, talking about the weather, hobbies, and more.
漫画が好きです。どんな音楽ですか?
Although the conversations are simple, they're great for helping you build natural Japanese reflexes. Besides, if you see an unfamiliar word, you can check them in the J Dictionary and save them for review later. By just using the app for 10 to 15 minutes each day, you can guarantee yourself efficient progress and ability to improve your skills wherein kanji is involved, such as reading, writing, and conversation. You can install MochiKanji on both Google Play and App Store and its website as well. Add it to your study routine to learn kanji anytime and anywhere. So then again, every time we study something, we must know how to apply it. Practice reading N5 to N4 material to apply the kanji that you know. I recommend the application Todai, any Japanese children books that you can find. So assuming that you're already in intermediate, bordering to advanced, here's what you can do to maintain a consistent schedule and improve the current knowledge that you have. In JLPT terms, that is N3 to N2-ish. It's going to be the longest stage of your learning journey. Expect that it will take you about 6 months to a year. So the only thing that you have to do really to maintain your Japanese is to improve your speaking and then study grammar and vocabulary. To study grammar and vocabulary, I recommend the channel Nihon no Mori. In this channel, they teach Japanese in Japanese. So you are learning new grammar structures while immersing yourself in the language. Aside from YouTube, you can also use websites such as JLPT Sensei. I recommend this a lot since the lists in JLPT Sensei is complete and it's free for you to access. And then you can also use MochiKanji for vocabulary. And then for output, you can just do your immersion as usual with channels such as Moshi Yusuke, Kensa Okairi, the channels that I recommended earlier. And then practice conversations. I think this should take up most of your study time because it's the most important aspect of becoming fluent, which is your speaking skills. So as an intermediate, I do recommend apps like HelloTalk, VRChat, and other people actually use Omegle, or like the new, what's it called? The new version of Omegle. I forgot what it's called, but basically people go there to talk to Japanese natives. I think I would recommend if you're actually looking for other connections aside from Japanese people. It's kind of like a general server for you to talk to strangers. If you're looking for language learning sites or language learning apps specifically, then I do recommend HelloTalk, VRChat, MochiKaiwa as well. And then this part is optional, but if you are studying for the JLPT, then make sure to also do JLPT mock tests and incorporate that as part of your study routine. When I was studying for the JLPT, I was following this textbook called Somatome. I downloaded the PDF for it, and then just review consistently through flashcards, such as So that would be my roadmap on how to study Japanese from beginner to advanced. My overall key advice for you guys is to allow yourself to be a beginner. Most people rush on learning a language, but in reality, it takes time to become fluent. Secondly, practice speaking from the start. This was my mistake actually. It's a separate skill from reading and writing. Third tip is hold yourself accountable. I think keeping a list on why you want to study Japanese in the first place is good to keep you going. Fourth is while studying, you will encounter lots of unfamiliar terms along the way. It's important that you don't note down every single word, just the commonly used one. So for example, if I hear a grammar point 3 to 4 times, it means that it is commonly used and I have to remember it. Therefore, I look it up. I like to give a reminder as well that it's vital to recognize the commitment when it comes to learning a language. Most people give up easily after realizing how much work it is. So if you're part of the lower percentage, then I consider you awesome. Trust me, there will be one day where everything just clicks. So keep going. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel for more Japanese updates. I also have other social media accounts that you can check out. My TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are linked down below. 何か日本語で言ってみたいかなと思ってこの動画見てくれてありがとうございます。さちでした。じゃあね。また今度ね。バイバイ。